What's up everybody, back again with another review for the LTA Movie Club, and this time I watched I Love You Phillip Morris. Now this movie is not something I wanted to watch. I saw a preview. The previews were frankly terrible, but again, for the sake of Movie Club, I watched the movie. So let me get into the likes and dislikes, as always. I liked that this was one of those roughly based on a true story kind of movies. Now I say roughly based on a true story because if you watch the movie, and I'm not going to go a lot into it, but you have the idea of this guy, Steven Russo, something like that. It was essentially a huge gay con artist. And I don't know, something, the way the movie's shot and the way the story's told, it seems very embellished, but apparently it's based on true events or a true scenario, so I kind of dig that. Even if it's not, it kind of lends credence to the fact that, hey, this kind of happened. What else I like? Jim Carrey. I know a lot of people either like Jim Carrey when he's zany, or like Jim Carrey when he's doing like Eternal Sunshine, or serious role. This is a bit of a mixture of both, and I dug it. I did. I mean, fucking sue me. I grew up and Ace Ventura and The Mask and all that crap. I like the zany Jim Carrey and I appreciate the serious one, but either way, I mean, both sides in this movie, he did really well. I can't say the same for Ewan McGregor. I think I said it in Men Who Stare at Goats. I fucking hate him. Like, if he is in a really good movie, he doesn't bring the movie down. Black Hawk Down, I love Big Fish. He works within that, but then he picks other movies, or he picks a movie like this, and he just doesn't do anything for me. Or Moulin Rouge, not my thing. I liked how the whole movie was, it's this back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It has you thinking one way, and then it totally flips it. And also in terms of the way the story's told, it's current time, or current time in the movie, and then flashback, and then current time again, and you can't always tell what's going on, but that actually helps the movie. I did enjoy that. For what it was. I really liked that it was kind of a fractured genre kind of movie. What I mean by that is that the movie itself is, a comedy, but it's also a drama, and it's also a love story, and I think they work all of those elements in well, not all the time, but generally throughout the film. You get a good blend of all of it. I would still say this is a comedy as opposed to a drama, but there are dramatic scenes, there are, romantic scenes, things like that. So I think how they kind of intertwined all that was done very well. Now, what did I dislike? This is going to come off as a little hypocritical, so I feel the need to precurse this with a disclaimer, because I can see people taking this the wrong way. Most movies with sex scenes, they don't make me uncomfortable, but I don't see the point, especially if there's a lot of it. Now, if the focus of the movie is the sex scenes, and there have been many movies where it's about the sex and the sex scenes, and I can take that for what it is. When a movie has sex scenes or sexual, a lot of sexual connotation, innuendo, whatever, that just seems to be filler plot, I don't know, fluff. I don't like it. I don't like it when it's straight, and I don't like it, when it's you know, gay. Now in this movie there was a gratuitous amount of like gaiety, and that doesn't, you know, turn me off to the movie. It's not my thing, but my problem with it is it didn't serve a purpose. You know, you're going through a story point, or you're going through, you know, the romantic aspect, and, you know, then there's a scene, and spoilers if you know, whatever, you know, where Ewan McGregor is sucking off Jim Carrey on a boat, and then he, you know, stands up and spits jizz off the side of the boat, and it doesn't really serve a purpose, and it's not like it's funny, it's not like it's it doesn't serve to like strengthen their relationship necessarily. So it just doesn't feel right in the movie. And again, you know, you can think I'm full of shit and a hypocrite. Hey, I don't care. I don't like it even in you know, movies with a straight relationship. I don't really find those kind of scenes to be anything more than filler. And that's what it really felt like anytime something like that came up in this movie. Just seemed like filler. So there's that. I also thought the relationship between Ewan McGregor and Jim Carrey was a little bit forced. Now again, loosely based on a true story. I don't know what parts were real, what parts weren't. But you know, this love at first sight in prison shit, and then Ewan McGregor just becomes so happy with him, and they're like lifelong soulmates. I just, because of, and again, it was you know, the fractured genre element of this film, it was trying too much to be a comedy to make the love story believable. You know, there's a powerful scene at the end where Ewan McGregor thinks Jim Carrey's character is dead, and it works, but otherwise I think, you know, their whole relationship and the whole building of it just seemed really, really forced. It didn't, I don't know, it just didn't work. True or not, I kind of dislike the general improbability of it all. Now, I didn't research this, I didn't do Google, I didn't do Wikipedia, but the likelihood of Jim Carrey's character, you know, escaping prison and conning the system over and over and over and over again, and yes, getting caught, but even it happening, has me a little bit skeptical. Now, if it did happen, I'm sure it didn't happen the way it was portrayed in the movie, and again, that's because it was skewed almost as a comedy. But I would have liked it a little better if there was a hint more realism to it, or, you know, even if this crazy shit happened, you know, tone it down, give it a little bit of probability, show more of the planning or something. I don't fucking know. I hated how this was a happy face movie. I don't really know how to explain that. And this is a personal bias, and, you know, I rallied against people that have personal biases, but this movie is everyone just smiles the whole time. And I mean, you know, you have the sad parts, yeah, but otherwise people are like, oh, life is so fucking great. And I don't know. I've seen plenty of movies like that. I'm not a huge fan. I don't really know how to explain it. I'll just call it a happy face movie, and fuck it, that's what it is. But I didn't like that aspect. My biggest dislike is that I hated that this movie had a strong desire for quirk. What I mean by that is you could feel that the movie was trying to be quirky and was trying to not necessarily push the envelope, but, you know, force the weird on you. I think I said that about Men Who Stare at Goats. I don't know if it's a Ewan McGregor film thing, but they could have played it a little differently. I didn't think the music had to be the way it was, and, you know, some of the ridiculousness, and, you know, the angle things were shot at, and you know, again, the improbability, and, you know, some of the characters and caricatures to a certain extent. Yeah, the whole thing just came off as like, you know, here's a quirky idea, here's a gay con man, we're going to exploit that for all it's worth, and here you go, and this will be an endearing, you know, weird thing that you can talk to your friends about. I'm sorry, no. Overall, this is not a bad movie. I would actually recommend it to a lot of people. It's worth a watch. That said, it is not as great as a lot of people made it out to be, and I'm not talking about movie clubbers. A lot of people were like, this is a fantastic movie and the performances are great. I wouldn't say that. I think it's an alright movie, and it is what it is. Next up is Moonstruck. That I think I'm going to skip that one. The reason I skipped the other ones, I was on vacation, so there's that. But Moonstruck, I'm definitely skipping. I've seen that movie. I don't care if it got Oscar. Fuck that movie. That is a terrible movie. Primarily because of the actors. Just fuck it. So yeah, I probably won't be back for Moonstruck, and I haven't seen a listing for the next couple movies after that. So we'll see the next one I do. But either way, if you like this video, rate, comment, subscribe. You know, if you want to see any more videos, it does help me out, and I do appreciate it. Good or bad, you know, constructive criticism, I'll always take it. Even dumb criticism, I'll always take that. So either way, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you later.